What's going on, entrepreneurs, friends, and family? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host and the owner and creator of the cbcanetwork.com, Audrey Truesdale. On this channel, we help entrepreneurs and business owners get access to personal and business funding using our simple 5-step process. So we welcome you back to you guys to another live stream. I know we didn't have a live stream last week, man. I had a lot going on with traveling and officially got hit with the vid. So I'm glad this is virtual. So I've just been resting and recovering. So yeah, welcome guys. Welcome back to the channel. And we appreciate you for continuing to rock with us. Also, if you are new to the chat, if you are new to the live stream, make sure you head over to or text the letters EZ to 980-825-4360. The letters EZ to 980-825-4360 to get registered for our next Business Funding Made Easy one-day event. So this event is literally, I am going to break down for you in one day the literal blueprint on how to get access to $100,000 in funding for personal and business, right? So we're going to break that down for you, show you how to find banks, show you how to structure, excuse me, guys, show you how to structure your personal credit, show you how to structure your business credit profiles, show you how to find banks. Also, we do have a VIP option. If you choose the VIP option, you will have 2 hours of live Q&A. So if you want, access to get your questions answered, we are going into a very tumultuous time right now with funding. We do this every day. So if you got questions, you just want to get clear on some things, what you need to be focused on for the next 90 days, get a 90-day game plan. I highly recommend VIP. Now, we do give you a $50 off code. So when you go to www, and I'll put the actual banner up. Let me see if I have it here. www.easy. All right. All right, so if you put in code EZ at checkout, it'll take $50 off VIP. So it ends up being like $97. All right. What's going on, family? How have you guys been? Hopefully all has been well. I missed you guys. So there we go. So if you go to www.easymasterclass.com, when you get to the web page, put your name, your email in, and then when you get to the second page, if you put this code in, it'll give you $50 off VIP. Again, because VIP, we do cover credit repair at the masterclass. So if you're having credit challenges and you want to learn how to actually get real help with your credit repair, we give you the letter templates. Okay. So if you come to VIP as part of the handouts, we will give you over 40 different dispute letter templates. So you will get the letter templates. You will also get a list of tier 1 and tier 2 vendors that report. So you get both a list of 40 tier 1s and a list of 40 or more tier 2 vendors. Okay. We give you the dispute letters. Also, you get to ask questions. So, VIP is a vibe, man. It's like a family reunion, man. Every time we get together, man, we just kick it in. We talk about all the approvals. Also, for those of you who came to our last VIP session, that's where we gave you guys that $100,000 Wells Fargo play. What is happening? So I just wanted to do some Q&A tonight, family. Like I said, just been under the weather. I know you guys may have had questions or concerns. I know we're going into some, kind of rocky times, right? They're saying that we're headed for a recession. Housing prices are at an all-time high. Stock market is down. S&P 500 is down. So where does that leave us in regards to credit and funding, right? Banking. I personally have not seen a slowdown yet with approvals as long as your personal credit is optimized. So when we talk about optimized, we talk about no new accounts, right? We talked about making sure your inquiries are low, making sure your balances are optimized. You want to be somewhere around 10%, 3 to 5% for maximum utilization. Now, with that being said, I see someone commented it's hella rocky. Pedro, you already have access to the masterclass, brother. It's June 25th, so next Saturday, man. But somebody said it's hella rocky. I don't necessarily see that being the case, right? And the reason why I say that is because I'm still seeing the same banks that have been, doing approvals that we've been getting hits from. They're still going. Now, what I am noticing though, what I am starting to notice is that if you are starting a business at this particular time, like let's say you're creating an LLC or you just started your LLC, like in the last 60 days, a lot more banks are looking for documentation. They want to see your Secretary of State docs, your EIN. A lot of these credit cards are now asking for paperwork for newer companies just to get verified information, make sure that everything is on the up and up, make sure that the application was submitted properly, whatever the case may be. I am noticing that a lot with Capital One, Amex, a lot of these different banks. They are asking for more docs before you get approved, whereas before it was just an automatic approval. So that could be one of the things that you guys definitely want to make sure that you're paying attention to. Have your docs, make sure you're building the profile. Everything we teach you guys in the masterclass is now's the time where these things are going to kind of come into play. When the economy kind of takes a dip, takes a hit, the stock market has been down almost 12, 18 weeks. The S&P 500 is down. There's a lot more you get a lot more banks that really are they think about lending, right? They get a little tight if you don't bank with them. So relationship banking is going to make a huge shift in your funding ability, right? Relationship banking. My guy Pedro said open up a Navy Federal, got instant approval for a 7,800K limit. There you go. Relationship banking, family. But other than that, man, who has questions, man? I wanted to kind of get into some Q&A tonight. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Like I said, I've been hit with the vid, so I just been, kind of laying low, trying to take it easy, resting up, taking the meds, doing what doctor says to do. Yes, sir. My guy said the business credit card next. You already know, fam. You already know. But what questions do you guys got, man? I know you guys. I guess let me ask, who's coming to the master class next Saturday? Who's coming? Who's already signed up? Whether you did the free or the VIP, who's already locked in and said I'll be there? That's what I want to know. Because we're gonna really get into it this next June 25th. We're really gonna get into these data points, right? Because moving forward, it's gonna be crucial. It's gonna be crucial, and you'll hear me say this probably every week between now and to the end of the year. We're gonna have to start moving differently, family. We're gonna have to be more strategic with our relationships. We're gonna have to be more strategic with our applications. Inquiries can play a big role when things get tight. There have been, situations where I've seen people with high inquiries and high credit scores still not able to get funding. So you guys definitely are in the place to be. But what questions do you guys have? Let's do a little Q&A, man, and we'll get into some business credit mastery. So Corey Jenny said, got BP gas card, $2,000, first revolving credit. Yes, sir. That's a win. That's definitely a win, man. BP has been kind of tight lately in regards to just asking for a lot of docs and things like that. But I wanted to just do some Q&A, guys. So feel free to ask your questions. I'll put the invite in the chat. If you have good lighting and good audio, please cam up and hop into the live stream. Feel free to hop into the live stream. I just put the link in the chat. So if you guys want to hop in the live, feel free to do so. But again, we give you guys, content, things like that. One thing I do want to say about the last live stream we did in regards to that Wells Fargo play, right? A lot of you guys were asking me, in DMs or, in the, comments about should you open up the business checking account. So with the Wells Fargo 100K play, the easiest way to get the 100K is Open up a personal account and a business account, right? Because you can get a 50K personal loan, right? And a 50K business line of credit, no doc. Okay. Now, if you apply for so basically the Wells Fargo play that we talked about, the 100K, right? Go to Wells Fargo with your LLC documents, right? So you got your Secretary of State, articles of organization, you got your EIN number, and you got your ID, right? So you need your driver's license, okay? You're going to go to Wells Fargo. You're going to meet with the business banker, okay? When you sit down with them, you tell them you want to open up a business account. It could be a business savings. It could be a business checking. I recommend you put $200 in the account, or if you open up 2 accounts, put 400. So 200 in savings, 200 in business checking. For those of you who have been to the masterclass, or those of you who are coming to the masterclass, you'll understand why that $200 number is important. But when you open up the business account with Wells Fargo, when you're sitting down with the banker and they're pulling all your information, asking you questions, what is your business? Make sure that you do not give them an industry that is considered high risk. So if they ask you, marketing is low risk most times. If you say you're in credit repair, you may get flagged as high risk. I'm just giving you a warning. So if you're watching this on the replay and you try to run a Wells Fargo play, make sure your industry code is not high risk, because typically what happens is they either take the name of your business, or if you tell them, hey, I'm in construction, I'm in real estate, whatever, they're going to tag you with that NAICS number in your bank account. So just make sure you're not in a high risk industry. Marketing, even auto repairs, kind of considered low risk. For those of you who come to the masterclass, you will get some of the industry codes that we like, that we see plenty of approvals with. But as long as you're not high risk, right? If you're in a low risk industry, you got at least 680. I would say 720 on Experian. 720 on Experian is a good place to be with Wells Fargo. And when you open up the business account, they will give you a soft pull offer for a $15,000 business credit card. So you can get the 15K business credit card soft pull. Then what you want to do then, if you get the soft pull offer, you want to then go ahead and ask the banker to apply for a business line of credit. Now, data points are showing that you need to be 2 years in business for the no doc. But data points also point to, if you've been a long-term customer with Wells Fargo, meaning a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, if you have, skin in the game and you've been a customer with Wells Fargo for some years, they will also, even if your business is like a year or less, they can still do the no doc business line of credit. Okay. Now, I would recommend having a strong relationship with Wells Fargo, personal and business. So that part of it, we can kind of get into for those of you who come to VIP. But a personal and business relationship with Wells Fargo helps. And then from there, you just apply for the business line of credit. So when you get the soft pull offer for the business credit card, that's a hard inquiry if you accept it. And then if you apply for the business line of credit the same day, is not 2 pulls. It's 1 hard inquiry. So you have to apply for everything the same day. So the way that you would do this, the easiest way to execute this Wells Fargo play is to first open up a personal account, put $200 in there, right? Maybe wait a week or 2, see if you get offered an offer for a personal loan. If they offer you a personal loan, they go up to 50K no doc. So you can get a $50,000. They go up to 100K no doc, but typically you can get around 50K no doc as a new customer with Wells Fargo. Meaning no doc, meaning no tax returns, no bank statements, no pay stubs, all that good stuff. So you open up the personal, put $200 in there, ask for the $50,000 personal loan. Then you come back another day, open up the business account, get the soft pull credit card for 15K, and then apply for the business line of credit for 50K. And that'll give you basically 115K. with Wells Fargo. Now, I say all that to say you do need to be optimized. You need a relationship. That's why it's important that you guys, if you're watching this on the replay, if you have not yet, make sure you head over to easymasterclass.com and register for this one-day event, June 25th. We're giving you the actual literal blueprint, right? We're giving you the blueprint on how to get your first or your next $100,000. I just gave you guys a play that you could really run for multiple businesses, multiple entities. You know, if you got business partners, you guys could set this up and run this play with, you know, multiple entities. But you just have to be strategic, right? And Wells Fargo is not the only bank that you can do this with, but most people live near or by a Wells Fargo. So, you know, we just wanted to put the information out there now that they're back. And it could change, you know, like I told you guys, I was telling my one-on-one clients, you know, last week, you know, Wells Fargo is tricky. For those of you who came to VIP last, you know, our last masterclass, I told you with Wells Fargo, you have to act fast because they will pull the rug. They are one of those banks that are very, very moody. They have very, very moody tendencies. The 1 minute, you know, 5 people could go in and get approved for business lines of credit, business credit cards, no problem. Person number 6 comes in and it's a wrap. They shut it down. There's no more lending. Hey, we don't know what you're talking about. Nah, we need everything. We need, you know, 2 years tax returns. We need your stepsisters. We need your stepsisters, you know, blood type. We want to know what high school you went to, who was your math teacher, who was your music teacher, right? So with Wells Fargo, you have to act fast. That's why I think it's important and it's imperative, right? At this point in the game, and even I'm talking to myself, we got to start optimizing on the personal side. We got to optimize. We got to optimize. We got to really, really start building out these thick profiles, right? We need to start reaching out to these high limit. You know, Navy Federal is not the only high limit credit union. Okay, family. It is what it is at this point. But we just got to play the game. Got to be strategic, optimize your personal credit, and you know, if you're not sure how to do that, or if you need some help, make sure you head over to easymasterclass.com. Use code EZ to take $50 off VIP. All right. Matter of fact, let me update that right now. But other than that, family, let's get into some questions. What do you guys got questions about, man? I want to see. Let's go to the comments. So let's do this. Got Pedro says, how long do I have before I cannot get the BOA auto loan? I opened up a BOA business account yesterday. I would say, honestly, with the BOA play, you can maybe wait like a week. You open up the business account yesterday. Yeah, maybe like a week, maybe a week or two. Nothing crazy. It doesn't have to be 30 days or anything like that. Because remember, with the BOA auto loan play, you get up to 4 business vehicles in your business name. They don't report to your personal credit, but you get 4 as a customer. So if you didn't open up that business bank account, you may get capped off at 1 or 2. You can still run the BOA play, auto play for business, and not open up the account, but I recommend opening up the account. And then just run the play. So maybe 7 to 10 days, Pedro, I would say. And then also you can still get the business credit card with them too. So don't sleep on that. You can double dip with Bank of America. You can get, you know, your BOA auto loans in the business name, and you can get your business credit cards for your business. So you can get your 10K business credit card, 15K business credit cards too. But great question, my brother. Freddie, excuse me, Freddie Powell says, is it not wise to open business accounts same day as you open a personal account? What's the advantage of waiting a day or two of opening a business account to ultimately get business credit card? For a business credit card, you don't necessarily need an account open, but I mean, that's a good question. It really, honestly, Freddie, will boil down at this point in the game. Now, prior to, you know, economic downturn, I would say don't even worry about the personal account if you're trying to get like a personal credit card. So let's say you want to get a American Express personal credit card. I wouldn't necessarily say get an American Express account or like a Truist business credit card. You don't necessarily need a personal relationship with Truist. I have a personal relationship with Truist just because I like that, establishment, the entity. But now I would probably say maybe let it season, let whatever funds you put in that personal account. But if you're opening up a personal, I don't. Yeah, I would say that's wise. I don't think it's anything wrong at this point in the game because remember, if you're a single member LLC, the banks look at you as one entity, personal and business. Now, even though business credit doesn't, business credit cards, business debt doesn't reflect on your personal credit report, if you have personal accounts and business accounts with a particular bank, it just helps you that much more, Freddie. So if you have 10K in a personal account and let's just say 15, 20K in a business account, that's only going to make you look that more attractive, right? Because even if you're trying to get a business line of credit, they look at the whole picture. They look at how much you have on the personal side. They look at your personal debt. They look at your personal assets. In this case, if you got 10K in Wells Fargo personal account, they consider that as asset. Cash on hand is an asset, whether it's in your personal account or your business account, especially if it's with the same bank. So ultimately, if you're trying to get business credit cards, I think still right now until the end of the year, my personal suggestion, and Freddie, is going to be to open up personal and business. That's going to be my personal suggestion. Whenever you're trying to get like high lines of credit, like 50K, 100K lines of credit, personal and business. But great question, man. Great question. Pedro said, "My Wells Fargo sound like my baby mama." Hey, man. I'm baby mama. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm gonna let it ride. That was Pedro. That wasn't me. It's all love here at the CBCA network. Freddie Powell said, "Not my stepsister." Yeah, man. They want your DNA. They want your blood type. They want all that, man. My guy Freddie said, "Is it better to open up a personal account before opening up a business account in general?" Not necessarily. Well, it depends on the bank. Like Wells Fargo, I just rent, that play we just broke down. I personally would say I would suggest getting personal and business accounts with Wells Fargo. I would, because they value the relationship. A bank like Truist, if you have one or the other, helps. It's not necessarily that you need both to get funding with Truist, but generally speaking, Truist is a regional bank, so they're not like a Wells Fargo. They're not in every major state. They're not in every major metro. They're more like East Coast, down south, a little bit Midwest. So, that's why that Wells Fargo, when I dropped that video, it was so timely because it happened kind of out of the blue. And we'll have to see, as we, on our side, we're heavily, leaning towards Wells right now, amongst other banks, right? But we'll have to see in another month or so if that Wells Fargo play goes away, because like I told you, they are very, very moody. They are very, very moody. Very. Let's see. Pedro, no, you already have a good relationship with Chase, so I wouldn't hop on the BOA, because remember, right? For those of you who've been to the master class, we have tier one banks, right? You have Bank of America is a tier one bank, Chase is a tier one bank, Citi is a tier one bank, and Wells Fargo is a tier one bank. So I would say pick one of those, one tier one, and just drill down with them. So maybe get an auto loan if you're looking for a new car. Get your mortgage with Chase. Maybe get your personal credit cards with Chase. Have that one tier one relationship that's very, very strong. You don't need a bunch of personal accounts, because that's just more to keep up with. And as the business owner, you don't want to have too much. You don't want to have too much to manage. If you can manage multiple personal accounts, Pedro, all to the good. Now, when in regards to the credit unions, you have to open up the account. So you have to at least have the savings. So when it's credit union time, yes, you have to have that. But for like the tier ones, I would say just drill down with one. All right. I got Freddie. Freddie is on it today. Also, guys, make sure you head over to easymasterclass.com. Use the code EZ to take $50 off your VIP ticket. The next masterclass is June 25th. It starts at 10 a.m. for general admission, 9 a.m. for VIP. So hope to see you guys there on our next event. But let's see. Freddie says, with the business line of credit, do you need to have a substantial amount showing in business account in order to get 10K or so? Does it matter? It does matter. Now, every bank is different, Freddie. So that's why I say if you come to the masterclass, we will really break that down in detail. We'll really get into the deep dives of how you want to structure your deposits, how you want it to look a certain way when you're going into a bank to ask for funding. But just generally speaking, most banks have what they call bank ratings, but they kind of work different at different banks. So not every bank is different. 5K at one bank for, let's say, a rolling 60 days will get you maybe a 50K line, whereas 5K for 60 days at, a Chase or a Wells, it may only get you like 15, 20. So it just depends. It just depends on the bank, Freddie. I wish I had a better answer for you, but yeah, it's a little tricky. But we'll show you how to actually structure the deposit part of it. So as you start to move money into a new bank, as you start to, let's say you got, I don't know, Chase in the horizon, you're trying to get a Chase line of credit. We'll show you how you want to start to deposit that money and show money over there at Chase or any new bank that you're going to. Now, in regards to Wells Fargo, personal and business would be my recommendation. Corey Jennings says, when applying for high limits, do invoices going towards your business, does this help you get an approval? High limits for vendors? Could you be a little more specific about when you're saying applying for high limits? Do invoices going toward your business, does this help you get an approval? I would say, yeah. Anytime you can show money, show receipts, show deposits, invoices, some banks treat that as cash. And they'll lend strictly off of that. Like our partners at Rock Financials, they do accounts receivable lending. So if you got like, let's say you got trucking, for instance, if you got a, what do they call it? Factoring, right? Invoice factoring. They'll do some creative things with just invoices only. So if you got accounts receivables, that's high. Let's say you got 50K a month in accounts receivables. They'll go ahead and do like factoring where they'll take like a percentage of those invoices off the top and then pay you out the rest or something like that. Now, it does eat into your cash flow, though. So you have to be a little strategic, Corey, because when you do the invoice factoring or things like that, it can't eat into your cash flow if you're a trucker. So but if you're doing like HVAC work or any type of manual labor, construction, things like that, and you got, invoices, accounts receivable, things like that, yeah, some banks will count that as income. So hope that helps. Oh, Pedro said, okay, got it now. Yeah, a lot of personal accounts. Yeah, you don't want too many personal accounts, man. Get as many as you can manage. I mean, I know you're in with Navy. So I think that's a good relationship to nurture. That can be very fruitful. Navy Federal can be very fruitful on the personal and business side. Sam Jean says, greetings, fam. What's going on, my brother? Welcome, welcome, welcome. But yeah, I mean, Wells Fargo is a great bank for funding if you bank with them. Chase, just had a great conversation with Chase today. But it's just all going to boil down to the relationship. I'm just here to tell you guys, relationship. Now, you got these gurus telling you, you can get, all these different high limit credit cards. I'm here to tell you that's going to go away if you don't have a relationship. There is no more going up in Navy Federal. There's no more going up in, all these different credit unions, State Employees Credit Union in Maryland. You're going to have some paper in these accounts. You're going to have to really have a relationship. And for those of you in our accelerator program, you already know the banks we already lining up for you guys. But you know, just have a relationship. That's the easiest thing I can say. Anytime you want to approach a bank, just ask them, hey, do you guys value the relationship? And just see what they say. You know, that's why it's important to, when you guys come to the masterclass, we show you how to find banks, right? We pull the top SBA lenders list. When you get that list, the value in that list is that a lot of those SBA those bank contacts are there. You can call them and ask them that question. Say, hey, look, Mr. Banker, I'm new to the bank. I see you guys offer a variety of different funding options, but I'm just curious, do you guys value the relationship, and what does that relationship look like? Just ask that question. That's easy peasy. And see what they say, and just kind of go from there. Black August, what's going on, family? Peace, peace, peace. Let's take a few more questions, family, and we're gonna get out of here, man. But again, for those of you who if you have not yet, make sure you head over to easymasterclass.com. Use the code EZ to take $50 off your VIP ticket. Or if you want to register for the event, you can also text the letters EZ to 980-825-4360. Again, it's 980-825-4360 to get registered there. As soon as you text, we'll send you back a link to register. My guy Santana in the building, man. What's happening, my brother? Said Trey Foe in this thing, man. We was just putting him on game about the Wells Fargo play, man. So hopefully everybody ran that play, or at least plan to. Black August said, I want more business cards and personal. It's just, you have to call the banks. Now, if you want business credit cards without a relationship, like if you just want to send a bunch of apps through online, that may slow down, man. I'll just be honest with you, Black August. Get those relationships in place now. If you're going to do the PNC play, definitely get a relationship going. It doesn't have to necessarily be personal. But just open up the business account, keep it in good standing, and you'll see much success. That's just my personal opinion. On the road to a Billy. Yes, sir. We on the way, man. We're going to hit 1 million. Then we're going to hit a Billy. Shout out to Santana. Corey Jenkins said business credit. Business credit. Okay, when applying for high limit business credit cards, high limit business credit through invoices going towards your business, does that help getting funding? I would say yes. If you can show invoices, they consider that as like revenue. So if you got $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 in invoices every month, even though they haven't necessarily been paid, they consider that as revenue. Some banks will, some banks won't. But that's just a question, again, you will have to have a conversation with the bank and figure that out. On the road to a Billy. I love it. I love it. Who's coming to the masterclass? That's what I want to know, man. I want to meet you guys, man. We working on some event stuff, man. So we working, man. We got our 100K blueprint, our online training community. We just had our Q&A call today. And I'm thinking about doing some things where we'll have like meetups in different cities. So we'll come to Chicago, we'll come to LA, we'll come to Arizona, Texas. What y'all think about that? What y'all think? Y'all think y'all be down if we built out our community, have people come in, and maybe I'll talk, maybe we'll have some guest speakers, maybe we'll bring in some bank contacts. I think it'll be dope. Because I want us to be a community, man. I know we do the YouTube, and that's growing and that's great. But I think we need some type of paid community where we can network, promote each other's businesses, patronize each other's businesses, and things like that. I think it'll be dope. have events. Like I said, we'll pull up in the city. We'll pull up to Houston. We'll pull up to Miami, Fort Lauderdale. We'll come to Birmingham for sure, Tennessee, wherever. You know what I'm saying? We'll just come. We'll have, have a seminar, maybe a guest speaker, maybe drop some funding sauce and just network, man. I think it's more important as business owners. We got to get out and about. Even myself, I'm preaching to the choir, right? It's important for me as I come to you guys that I'm growing the business, and just growing my network, So I think it'll be dope. I think that's where we headed, family. So just stick with me, man. Stick with me. My guy Andre Davis said, went to Wells Fargo last week, opened up business checking account and got $15K credit card. Yes, sir. Let's get it. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. That is awesome, man. Congratulations to you, my brother. You ran the play. You ran the play, man. So congrats to you, man. Was it a soft pull? Was it a hard inquiry? I'm curious, Andre. Like I said, I'll be there for the masterclass. Let's do it, man. June 25th. Make sure you hit easymasterclass.com. Use code EASY to save $50 off VIP tickets. My guy said, I'll be there as everyone should believe they take their business serious. Do you do it for your loved ones? Yes, sir. I agree, man. Do it for your family. Do it for your legacy, man. Oh, man, that's even better. Soft pull. Man, you can't beat it. 15K, man. Salute to you, my guy. That's awesome, man. I definitely salute you for that, man. So just keep working, man. You definitely, if you're coming to the masterclass, I don't know if you're doing general mission VIP. If you're doing VIP, man, we got some other plays that we're gonna really deep dive into at this next masterclass, because we definitely want to keep the ball rolling through this rough, tumultuous time. I think it'll get rocky between now and maybe November, but barring any type of war, mass inflation, I mean, right now with inflation the way it is, even if unemployment went down, most of the jobs that are being lost are not necessarily high wage jobs. Now there are, some tech hits that are kind of massive, but I don't think that'll last too long. Most people who are in the tech industry don't have a problem getting employment. The higher paying jobs, I don't think we'll see those go away anytime. Freddie says, salute to you, Andre. Yes, sir. But yeah, family. Again, I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with us. We got more in store. We got a lot more videos. That's what I've been working on. I've been sitting down, coming up with content ideas. So we're gonna be dropping a lot more content on the channel. Also, make sure y'all tap in with me on the TikTok. It's the same handle, Carolina's own OWNN. I'll be dropping some game on the TikTok. So make sure you hop in the TikTok streaks with me. Instagram, all of that good stuff. I'll put a link in the description below. Also, make sure you hit up easymasterclass.com to get registered for our next one-day Business Funding Made Easy Masterclass. It is the only masterclass that you would need. It's not a 3-day challenge. This is no long, drawn-out sales pitch, no webinar. We're just going to give you straight game. Everything that we talked about, the whole play on, Andre just got his 15K business credit card. The stuff works, family. So make sure you head over to easymasterclass.com. Use code EASY to save $50 off your VIP ticket. So that's it, family. I'm gonna wrap it on up. I appreciate you continue to rock with me as always. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you like this video. It helps our content get out to a wider audience, and we greatly appreciate the support and the love. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week. And y'all be safe. Y'all stay solid. Don't watch the news. Don't listen to the news, man. Just keep working and stay solid. Stick to the fundamentals, everything that we teach you on this channel, and you'll be just fine, family. But I'm going to sign off. I appreciate y'all for continuing to rock with me, and we will see y'all next week on the live. Peace.